I DIY. So I've got a piece of newspaper that kind of fits. I'm gonna tape up the back. I'm gonna cut a couple pieces on this side and the other side, and use those also to cut smaller pieces for the speaker, and then the battery, and then the other speaker, and then probably this middle area. It's gonna be a little tough because there is some stuff that I want to paint down in there, and covering the flex ribbon or even the speaker wires is gonna. I also detailed the. So first I cleaned disinfected the board and the pieces with peroxide and rubbing alcohol, and then I went ahead and then I have the rubbing alcohol, and then this detail brush, this toothbrush. I'm just peeling off the stickers. This really works pretty good. Like this corner still has a little bit, so I would, put some rubbing alcohol on that area, and then I could use either also a hard, a Q-tip that I basically dipped in glue prior, and I could just kind of rub it or use my fingernail. And then I've got small rags just in case. So I just kind of sprayed it. I didn't, when it dries, you could really see some more, but sprayed it and used the toothbrush and kind of gets that off. And so I cut these first two pieces. Then I'm just going to go ahead and kind of go, or jump to this side and pick out a good piece of newspaper, and it'll be really good to actually have, so have it all covered up so that I don't really have to worry about it too much being wrong. So just basically making sure the newspaper is going to work and be the right size and things, finding the right dimensions, I think. Then I guess yeah, and with the leftover piece I could start kind of working on just the smaller areas. So I could kind of pretty much do a rough cut of the speaker grill or fan grill. So, and just using whatever pieces that I have that can match up pretty much. Some of it is going to be tape and newspaper, and it's basically like having a certain familiarity, I guess, and just cutting the paper, really touch up paint around. So there's this little spot, and most of the flex ribbon. Actually, just add this piece of paper and then tape the paper. So then what I could do is put this into the box underneath, and then move the other piece to here. I'm gonna actually spray paint it right here. There's this cardboard box, and basically left the screws in here overnight so that they could finish drying. But I could kind of put these in a better location, and when I spray paint this, I want to try to get it all kind of evened out. I could even spray paint it right now, just on one side, and then try to rotate the box to the next side. On spray paint, I also hold a flashlight in one hand to kind of double check and see, and also and also like having most of the flaps to close. This has a little bit of a yeah, kind of like try to spray paint it. So, you know, just having it like this at first is good. I want to try to be careful, but, you know, press down everything right before I spray paint, making sure, and, you know, getting most of the heavy stuff out of the way. So let's go ahead and try to spray paint this, and then I'm going to work on the other one. And I want to try to do it all in one coat. And so I basically have gloves, the doors opened, and getting ready to spray paint it. Alright, so basically I did, well, I was able to slide it, but the can started to run out of paint, or I couldn't really like spray paint it like downward, so I had to hold the box up, and then kind of did one side, and then this aerosol is starting to rise up a little bit. So basically was able to slide it to one side, and then to the other side. So it's still kind of misty a little bit, but the thing is, yeah, and it's basically an average spray. The issue is, you know, the limited amount of space and the technique that I was using with this box job, I think. And then now I've got to kind of work on this one too. So I've got most of the pieces are already cut and stuff, and you know, a little bit of you know, experience, I would say. And then I've got the tape and scissors. So now basically some of the, you know, just some of the newspapers I could cut lines and fold and stuff like that. And just kind of remembering where I placed a few of these, kind of looking for a good place to start. These metal clips, so everything that's left not spray painted, I'm going to actually touch up with like a brush situation. I'm not going to worry too much about, you know, the sanding or things not sticking as it should and stuff. I'm just kind of spray painting with you know, limited experience, but then so just kind of looking for a piece to actually start the newspaper kind of underneath, just kind of start up kind of sticking things together and stuff. And then it can use a few folds in it or something, or just a longer piece, but I think it's going to be a decent job, I think, to probably have two pieces of tape right here. Yeah, I think this can is really empty. You know, sometimes you know what, you just gotta know the product, I guess. This actually needs a little bit of spot cleaning. It's kind of still dusty a little bit, so I want to use some rubbing alcohol and toothbrush. So I just cleaned it off a little bit, and it feels pretty good. Basically having the door open and you know, stuff like that to help stay organized, I think. And this and that. So I'm gonna probably cut this piece of paper. So I think I put two pieces, one rolled, then just in this area. It's real complicated just because there's so many you know, details and things, and metal and materials and things. Don't spray paint isn't, you know, really easy to spray paint or anything, um, and stuff like that. And also, I need another piece that will fit there, or even some of these other spots. You know, it's going to be really tough to like consider spray painting this. There's just so many issues. So kind of going back to somewhere that was easier, and taping, and probably with this side, you know, I'm probably going to roll the newspaper up as much as I can before on one side, I think. So by doing it this way and just adding a few pieces of tape, and then I won't have to worry about too much on the lining up. I think I need one on this side. So yeah, using the roll up, and then you know, just looped some tape around, really you know, adds good coverage. And I usually just unroll out 2-3 pieces on my fingers and then just start using it. So I probably have the tape started to peel off, but yeah, so I use one piece for the DVD kind of tray. So I'm kind of rolling it with newspaper, and then this one I double-sided just to kind of stick to that corner. It's gonna be, you know, I kind of saw a couple other spots to tape on this side, so I'm gonna do those. And also on, you know, with this piece, I could try to roll this and stuff like that. Just do a little bit more detail. And I also rolled a couple pieces on this side just to kind of finish this up a little bit. You know, just kind of having the right length is really useful. Or just basically just use whatever contacts you have, and also making sure, well, yeah, so I need to basically get this a little bit going. So and now I could kind of have some tape right at that corner to finish that off. Alright, so for this grill piece, I just basically rolled a bunch of, I folded and then rolled a bunch of paper. So it's going to try to stick a little bit. And then it could have, yeah, I should have try something with cutting this down the middle, maybe in, so add some tape so it doesn't fall off, or you know. Yeah, so there's still this piece. So if I could get or find a good enough size of paper, which is could be this, I could roll some of the yeah, so it doesn't have to be exact. It's gonna have some touch-up paint with this stuff, but I want to try to see how I'm going to do this edge around, just so using, you know, any wrapping skills, so I can actually add another piece there, and most of that is covered up, and then I probably just add some tape, covered up the port, sided tape on top of the port, and then tape pretty much for